Prime Day with all of its sales has officially started, but even before that, the Quest 3 was on its first decently good sale on Amazon, 14% off, bringing the $500 Quest 3 down to $430. And as of the time of this recording, it's still in stock if you've been looking to get one, although it does keep going in and out as people are buying up a lot of these, especially being Prime Day. With that, there's a ton of other Quest 3 accessories that are on sale, but one I really needed to bring up to you. The Avica grips that I recently reviewed that I like because they're rechargeable, they're silicone, and they're really similar to the Quest 2 ones I like. Not only are those on Prime Day for $34 instead of $40, but the discount code they gave us actually works in tandem with the Prime Day price. So you can get these for like $30 today if you're interested in them, which is kind of a steal for rechargeable grips with everything that these got. And it's Prime, so if you get them and they're not quite for you, you could always return them. But while it's on Prime, if you were thinking about it, I'd say get these. And then a bunch of other my favorite accessories are on Prime Day. BoboVR's S3 Pro is down to $72 right now on Prime Day. If you're rocking the Quest 2, the full kit of the BoboVR M2 Plus that comes with the head strap, the dock, the dual battery, also all down to $72. Their M3 Mini, just a bunch of the accessories. I'll leave links to a bunch of my favorite accessories down in the comments and description in case you want to find some things that you've been looking for your Quest, or even get a Quest right now while they're on sale. There's even some big ticket items on Prime Day like bHaptics Haptic Vest down over $100. So if you've been thinking about Quest 3 accessories, Prime Day is actually a pretty good time to get your stuff right now. Translating the VR world to our physical bodies is absolutely crucial through haptic feedback, and bHaptics is currently the leader in vests that can translate not just a vibration or a rumble from video games, but actual directional accuracy as to where you're being touched, hit, or shot in VR. bHaptics vests already have support for Quest, PCVR, and now today officially PSVR2 is getting support. To start off, 4 games have native support: Breachers, the tactical PvP shooter, where haptic vests actually can add a competitive advantage because you can tell not just that you've been shot from the right side, but you can tell the enemy shot you directly from your 4 o'clock position high and return a suppressing fire even before you turn and visually locate the enemy. Legendary Tales, the VR action RPG that has up to 4-player co-op, Big Shots where you are an alien exterminator in a mech, and Hellsweeper VR where you actually descend into hell and battle the hordes there. There's more PSVR2 titles coming with native support, but if you've been thinking about bHaptics vests for a while, now you can take it across all the platforms. A big thank you to them for sponsoring today's news, and congratulations. Now with adding PSVR2 support, they support every major VR headset. When the first Quest came out, it started to become more apparent that cameras were one of the obvious sensors being used inside of headsets, and brought up a lot of privacy concerns, especially with a company like Meta, or Facebook at the time, about what are they doing with any footage from that? Is it being shared with anyone? Well, with Apple Vision Pro going to Vision OS 2, they actually have started allowing some raw access to the pass-through cameras for non-public internal apps. And although they claim this requires a special license and is for business settings only, this has brought up the question again to Meta as to whether they plan to start doing the same. In the past, the Quest, at least supposedly, can only use the camera pass-through as a background, and the apps don't see the actual environment in the pass-through. They just get higher level data such as your hand dot tracking, the dots around the room that are creating the environment around you, and anything input like what furniture is what. As we see commonly in Boz Q&As and answers, his answer is extremely long. The short of it is saying they're not planning on building things out like that, but bringing back up the fact that even in public settings, the cameras on the Quest are something that are seeing other people, they are in view, and especially if someone's recording, this is picking up bystanders. So it's something that they're saying is important to make sure that people are aware of this and address it in a way, and it's something that they added where the light is on to show that if your cameras are in pass-through for people, or even like the Quest Ray-Bans, how the light shows up on the side. Although owning those Ray-Bans, I feel like when it's recording with a little light on the side, it's not that apparent. People don't know yet what that light really means. I think it's something that a lot of people have kind of just come to accept, is the fact that if you have microphones around you in your home or cameras around you in your home, there's a possibility that there is ways for people to get in and see what's in those. So that's why I'm curious how you feel about it. It seems like there's been a big shift in like people having a fear of a camera to now leaving cameras in their home so they can look at what's going on when they're not home. They can monitor their pets and check on that. And although some of the systems can be extremely secure, we see articles about things getting hacked, people pulling footage, hacking into celebrities' phones and stealing things directly off of them. What are your thoughts if they did start allowing pass-through for the developers to develop more involved apps that could actually make things work better with things inside your home, like when an enemy runs under the table, it could actually hide under your table. Is it worth it for the possible trade-offs? We've seen games over the years in VR sometimes put you in different environments looking into a window through or playing third-person type games. Well, now as we're starting to move more and more into where more games are in mixed reality, we're starting to see some games are being brought back in new ways that allows them to be played a lot like they were, but in mixed reality in the first place. Later this week, Witchblood is going to be coming out, a game that you might remember from the earliest days of VR. It actually launched on June 8th of 2017, but now it's going to be launching on Quest in a mixed reality mode, a side-scroller where you can lean in and look in closer, but you can still also play while sitting down and seeing the room around you and seeing what's going on. There's a lot of games I think about, like Down the Rabbit Hole, and now how the Infinite Inside that just finally came out, potentially free if you played the demo, how it's starting to blend mixed reality and virtual reality. And I personally think that's really cool because people have been like, oh, is it going to be this or that? And seeing something that can blend it back and forth seamlessly adds a lot more magic to the games. I didn't actually try the original Rift version on Witchblood back in the day. I think at that point I still only had a PSVR, but I'm curious to see how this one is received when it comes out, as the original one has over a 4.5 rating. You might have caught a glimpse last week of a crazy amount of Quest 3s that we had come in here for the channel, although those aren't for our usual giveaways, which we do have a couple going on. There's links in the comments and description right now if you haven't entered those. We have a exciting new series coming out that we are going to be using those quests for. It's something to keep an eye on out there, and it's something that if you're near us here in the Portland, Oregon area and you're interested in possibly being a part of that series, join the Discord that we have that's just locally here. There's going to be some potentially really awesome prizes. We're going to start filming with more of you in person and doing more in-person events. I'm really excited about this, and we're talking to some developers about how they can actually get involved in this too. So if you're anywhere near the Portland, Oregon area or close enough you're willing to drive, make sure and join so that we can talk about it. If you are just interested in winning a Quest 3, Cat, the VR treadmill company, is giving away 30 of them, but at a high price, as they are only letting people enter who have already bought a Cat treadmill from them. Their Cat treadmills are also on sale. It's only for a matter of hours at the time this video goes out. But if the Cat treadmill is something you've been thinking about for a while and you're really interested, you want to, they're going to end up giving away 30 quests to people who already own them. This is really only something if you are already interested in the Cat treadmill, you might be thinking about it. This might be the time to pull the trigger while they're on this sale. There is codes you have to use to get the sales, so I'll leave some details down below if you're interested to check that out. I don't have any sort of affiliate code or any discount code or anything specifically with them, but these codes, they just sent them out randomly to emails for everybody, but might be something that flew under your radar if you're not already someone who bought one and then continues to get emails from them about buying one from them for some weird reason. Also, if there's a game on your list called Racket Club you've been watching for, we do have a 40% off code from the actual developer that is also ending today. There'll just be a whole bunch of stuff down below. If you're looking to buy something or win something or come hang out and be a part of one of our events, make sure you check the top comment or the description for the details on all of that. In more news outside of the meta side of the sphere, Samsung and Google have been talking about their XR platform that's supposed to be coming, and they're saying they're going to announce it officially this year. We've been talking about this since early 2023 actually, and it was one that's all based on Android. Apple kind of overshadowed it when they talked about entering the whole XR and VR space, but Samsung and Google, that's a lot more of the big tech names in the industry finding their way in, and XR's taking over bigger and bigger spots at gaming conventions that we go to. We see more and more dedicated, nicely called XR, often more than just being called Metaverse at least. But some big news in that realm, we have actually been invited out to Gamescom this year. That's our first international trip for the channel. That's all the way in Germany. They're supposed to have a humongous XR booth there, and although I don't know exactly who we're going with yet because a couple companies actually offered to send us out there, that's all because of you and your support that we get to go see these amazing things and then share the news with you about what's coming. And Gamescom, if you don't know, it is one of the biggest gaming conventions in the world every year that takes place in Germany. So that won't be till the end of next month, but it's really exciting news, and it's thanks to all of you out there. So once again, thank you so much for being here, supporting the channel, the world of VR. I can't wait to see what else is coming, but thank you, and I'll see you in another reality.